Look who it is. It's Jessica. This is our room. This is our view. Pretty spectacular. Another view. Oh, it's bright. Down towards the street. Bathroom. Pretty cool. Alright, Lex. It's our first night. We're about 4 miles higher than my dad and I ever went. And we're going to take a quick video here of the campsite. There's Jess and Lexa hanging out in the field. Oh, there comes Lexa. Oh, here she comes. And so, if you look, she's on a mission. Here's our little camp. We're on this little, kind of a, I don't know, knoll that sticks out of the mountainside. So, we really have 360-degree panorama from this campsite. It's not like anything I've ever experienced. I mean, just looking out, if you were to sit in our tent and look out, there's our view. So if you look way down there, that's where my dad and I got to when we were hiking. So you can get kind of an idea, for at least for my dad's sake, so he knows kind of where we are. Tomorrow, the sun's going to be kind of bad. Let's see if I can get but we're going to go up over this ridge right here. We'll actually end up cresting right over the top of that. There's a switchback that goes right over that peak, and then we'll go down the other side. So that's our check-in for day one. We covered, about 3 miles more than I planned on today. We got a solid 8 miles in, I'd say. Haven't really checked the map yet, but I'd say it's pretty close to 8. Yeah, coolest campsite I've ever had. Yeah, ever.
I think that one that you can kind of see. I think that's Castle.
It will be here.
Yeah, Castle.
You got it, Dad.
I guess I could have walked around. Yeah.
Just before day 2. 2 p.m. that is. That sounded weird. Anyway, so this is our view of the valley. Got some huge mountains off in there. It looks like grass, but it's really not. It's all wildflowers as far as you can see. We're getting ready to go up our second peak today. If you look here, you can see some people down the bottom left there. Some more farther up. And we will actually be going over the mountain right there. So this will be our second and final pass that we have to get through today. Thank God, because we're getting tired. There's Jess. Say hi, Jess.
Hey.
What's up, Jess? Here we are. It's about 3 in the afternoon. We've officially summited our second mountain. You can see the trail down there. And actually, here's the trail coming up right there. That's the valley we've been looking at since about lunchtime. And now we've got this ridge that runs along here. This ridge line that we just crossed opens up our vista to this valley, which is just incredible as well. Every valley seems to one up the next one. So Lex is worn out, Jess is worn out, I'm tired. Lex almost didn't make it up this one. I had to take her pack off and had to carry Lexa's pack for her because she couldn't carry it any longer. She just wanted to lay down and rest. So this will be the only day that we actually have 2 summits in one day. There's Jess and Lexa chilling out down there. There they are. And the rest of the trip is, the day should be a little bit easier. If you look down in the valley here, you can see That's the trail we'll end up going on. There's actually some people on it right now. And that'll be pretty much flat land for the rest of the day. We'll probably end up camping somewhere in those pine trees over there tonight. It's about 2 miles away. Alright, gotta catch my breath. It's a little after dinner time on our second night. Got a really awesome campsite here with a really great view. It's hard to see right now because there's a bunch of cloud cover. Might actually have to cover up our gear so that it doesn't get rained on if that's a possibility tonight. But this is probably the coolest campsite I've ever been in. Right over that hill I'm looking at right there is actually probably a good 20-foot plus waterfall. I'll try to get some video of that. Standing over the fire right now, throwing green pine boughs on it to produce a lot of smoke because the bugs are really, really bad. It's one of the worst I've ever seen mosquito-wise, even worse than what I've dealt with in the boundary water. So I don't want to wander too far. None of us do. We're all right here because the smoke is keeping them somewhat at bay. There was a really nice breeze earlier that died out, so now they're thick again. Let's see. Today was a rough day for everybody. None of us had ever gone over a mountain pass like we did today. When I thought of mountain pass, I thought like high spot, not actually peaking it. And not only did we do one, we did two. So we actually peaked two 13,000-foot mountains today with 40-pound packs on. It was rough. Lexa, for the first time that I've ever seen her, I've never seen her show her age like she did today. By the time we were getting ready to peak the second one, she couldn't walk really anymore, so I had to take her pack, and I kind of helped her up the hill while carrying Lexa's pack. And now she's not moving a whole lot, and actually walking with a little bit of a limp and kind of just shaky when she's on her feet. So we'll get her a lot of rest tonight. Got this fire going. We're at a much lower elevation. We're only at about 10,000 feet now. We'll go back up again tomorrow, but didn't have to use any cheat methods or spend an hour getting this thing going. It just lit like a regular fire. That was pretty nice because sometimes it can be really, really difficult to get a fire going up here. As you see our neighbors over here, they've got a fire going too. The good news is we have surpassed our halfway point on mileage, which is good. It's a 26-mile loop, and we've done a little over 14 miles. We only got about a little over 5 in today, though, just because it was so difficult going over those passes. And we took a lot of pictures and video that are just pretty remarkable of just how crazy those passes are to go up. So I think that's going to be it for tonight. We're all pretty beat. I'm going to call it an early night because I know the bugs are going to get worse as it gets darker. So that's going to be it for now. Alright, it's the beginning of day 3, and we've got a bit of a problem. Alexa's feet are in rough shape, and she's just not doing well at all. We talked about me leaving them here and pushing ahead with no pack to cover the remaining 13 miles out to the ranger station to get a helicopter in here to come back and get Lexa and Jess. Because I just don't know if Lexa can make it. Jess is doing fine. She's having trouble walking. Last night she actually lost control of her bladder. She's made a miraculous recovery now that she's not on a leash most of the time, and that she doesn't have her pack on. I'm carrying that for her. She didn't realize how good she has it. But so it's almost 2:30 and we're gassed. We've already climbed over 2,000 feet in elevation today, and you look here where the trail goes down here, it goes right up the side of that mountain and then right up over the top, right up there. And we got to get there, and then we got to get down the other side before we can camp at Snowmass Lake today. So these next few hours are gonna kick our asses. We're at the base of our final ascent on day 3, and you can see here's a trail, a couple walking right there all the way up, and we're gonna go over the top of that mountain right there. You can see the people climbing it right now. So that's where we're headed. On the other side we'll be looking down at Snowmass Lake, which is supposed to be one of the most beautiful scenes in all of Colorado. So that's our motivation right now. What do you think, Lexa? What do you think? Huh? Are you ready to climb? Huh? Is Jess ready to climb? Yeah. We'll see. So I know this isn't going to do it justice to the sheer steepness and intensity of this, but here's the top of the mountain we're trying to crest. We're almost there. And then there's Jess working her way up one of the switchbacks. And if you follow those switchbacks down, all the way down the mountain, all the way across that valley, well, you lose sight of them past the lake, but they're over there. You can see them with the naked eye, but this is crazy steep. I mean, way steep. Jess is kicking ass because she's an ass kicker. I'm so proud of this girl. Simply a badass. She's still going. Here's Lex. She's spent. Every time we stop, she just lays down. We're so close to being there, though. Day 3 at the peak of Trail Rider Pass, right, babe? Trail Rider? And it was a fucking ass kicker. Pardon my French. Here's where we came from, all the way down there, and here's where we're looking at now. This is where we're going. That's Snowmass Lake. That's the back side of the Maroon Bells up there. We're going right down there to that lake. That's where we're camping tonight. We got another 2 miles. Luckily it's all downhill, and then we'll call it a night. Snow in July. Lex is eating it all. Oh jeez, about fell. Oh, I'm getting this all on film. No fair. And my baby. Who is that? Who's that sexy woman? Is she hot? Everyone's gonna see this.
I'm sweating on it.
Yeah, she's good. Look at this though. She's still better looking than this, but that's pretty awesome. Yeah. Snowmass Lake. It's deep. You can tell, you can't see the bottom, and you can see the bottom in most of the other lakes. Whew. That's cool. Vlog here. We're making some dinner. We're in our final campsite for the trip, night 3. Lexa's feet are tore up. Hopefully she can make it tomorrow. Jess is chasing bugs. This is the buggiest campsite I've ever been in. I thought that was the case yesterday, but that's not the case. We are getting eaten alive. So I'm going to make this real quick. We're going to eat some dinner, climb in the tent, go to bed, wake up real early, try and get out of here as early as possible, maybe even make it part of the way back to Iowa tomorrow. We shall see. We'll play it by ear. But it is just too buggy to spend much time out here, and I think my water's boiling. So, okay. It's just about 6 o'clock, just after daybreak on day 4. And we're getting ready to get out of here. The bugs are already coming out in the campsite. When we got up this morning, it was still dark out, so we already got all our stuff packed. And they weren't out yet, but they're making their appearance now. Lexa, her feet are jacked up. She can barely walk. But once she gets moving, at least this was the case yesterday, she loosens up a bit and is able to do her thing. So we'll see if she's all right today. So our goal is to make it to the parking lot by early afternoon. We'll check in later and we'll see what we've done for progress. This is the fourth pass. This is Buckskin Pass. We made it here a little after 9. And now we're just going to head down, take our little several mile jog down to the parking lot. So we made it.